This video is brought to you by Make Money Real Again and the Fed. The core of our problem is that we have a Zio international banking cartel who is in control of the issuance and value of your currency, which means they control everybody's time and everybody's labor. So let's never forget that. Keep that in sight. Matter of fact, you can't really fund Congress. You can't fund wars. You can't fund the military industrial complex or the prison industrial complex without funny money. So if you take care of this, you lay the axe to the root of this evil tree, a whole lot of other evil apples are going to be falling from the tree. Speaking of apples, we're going to talk about all the good apples that are in the bushel. And we're going to take as an example this hyper viral video that's been released just recently, this body cam video. This is Warren, Michigan officers Daniel Rose and his partner David Chapman saving a boy's life who had been electrocuted and was reportedly still holding on to a live wire. And the reason I want to show you this is because springing forth from the woodwork is this age-old argument of, see, there are all these good cops out there. See, cops are good. And there is just a few bad apples spoiling the bushel. Here's an example of good cops doing what they should be doing. And granted, what you're going to see these two cops do is a good thing. Anytime you or any, I don't care if you have a uniform on or a suit or you're in your, jogging attire or whatever, anybody could have done what you see these cops do. So these good deeds aren't relegated to these cops. This right here doesn't necessarily make them heroes. Is it heroic? Yes, but it would be heroic for anybody to do it. But the argument springs up is, see, there are good cops. Nobody ever said on this channel that cops don't do good things from time to time. Probably the German soldiers back in the 1930s did kind acts to some people, but while they were on the job, could they be good people if they were swearing an oath to a psychopath to do bad things to people? That's the question here. So we're going to watch this unfold. We're going to watch what these cops do for this kid, and then we're going to stop it a couple times and make some comments. Let's check it out.
Stay back, buddy. Stay back.
Stay back. Where's the wire? Where's the wire? Where's the
wire? Right there, dude. Right in front
Come
of your
here.
face.
Is that the one right in front of you?
Yes, this one right here.
Now, my first question is, who the heck in the midst of all this took the time to put up this caution tape? I wonder if the caution tape was put up beforehand because there was a down line, or was the caution tape put up while he was laying on the ground? I don't know. I don't know when the caution tape was placed.
Get it, buddy, come here. Buddy, come here.
Come here. Don't touch him. He might still be alive, Dave.
All right, I'm gonna, I gotta get him, right? I gotta get him. Stay right there. Grab a second.
Hey. Is he hot?
Take him. Keep coming.
Now, the reports were that the line was still in the child's hand, but I don't see any indication of that. Let's just back it up, because there was a report saying that there was a line. I don't even see a line anywhere near him. These right here are just cracks in the concrete. That right there is a crack in the concrete. It looks like he's clear of any. I don't know what the caution is here. He's on kind of a wet part of the concrete, so you want to be careful with water around any live electric line. But if you zoom in, I don't see any line anywhere. Not near this cop right here, not near the boy. So I don't know what that report was all about, saying that the line was still in his hand. I don't understand the caution here.
Stay right there. Grab a second.
Hey. Is he hot?
Take him. Keep coming. No! Watch it. Yeah. You there, buddy?
He's still breathing.
Oh, he's still breathing.
Hey, buddy. Stay there, buddy. Come on. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy.
Get him in a position.
No, he's yeah. Hold on. Just hold on. Hey, buddy.
Hey, you want a man? Do you know this gentleman too? Are they brothers?
Everybody's radio down. Yeah, go ahead. D50 is our ETA on fire. We need to just take them.
You just want to get them in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me one more just to help.
I got you.
1, 2, 3.
Motor 212. Shut down the intersection. Where you guys want to go?
Main.
All the way north on both.
Somebody said in the chat, PR stunt. It could be, or it could just be used after the fact as a PR stunt. It does look like his hands have marks on them as though, maybe an electric current went through him or whatever. But it will be used as a PR stunt. This will be pointed to as an example of, see, look at all these good cops out here. Does that mean these people who do good from time to time don't also do evil? What if these cops just got off of a call where they violated somebody's rights, where they put their hands behind their back and put the torture cuffs on them and booked an innocent person, or economically terrorized somebody by pulling them over for doing 6 miles an hour over the speed limit? Doesn't that weigh into, hey, is this a good guy or a bad guy? We're going to talk some more about this in a second, because I want to show you the logic trail of where I'm coming from. It has nothing to do with emotion. It has nothing to do with being a cop hater. It just has to do with, hey, let's look at this logically and reasonably, and let's try to articulate what we're thinking based on the truth, based on the facts, based on the documents they sign when they become a law enforcement officer. And what exactly is that? What is law enforcement? What laws are they swearing to enforce? Are they just? Are they unjust? Did they lend themselves toward peaceful coexistence with all men? Or is it basically starting and initiating force against people who are peaceful?
Yeah, Main.
Going to Maine. I think John Maine.
Want to stay here with him? Yeah. One more. Get one more back there with him. I'm with you.
Must not go to Maine.
Okay.
Which way are they going? St. John
Let's go 8 Mile.
Take Shane at 8.
So all these cops get into this police cruiser. There's 2 cops in the back with the kid. They're comforting him. They're rubbing their hands through his hair to calm him down. And they're being, kind of parental and acting as protectors. No doubt about that. But people are pointing to this saying, see, these are the good cops right here. These aren't the bad apples. Well, let's just ask a question. Ted Bundy, as horrific of amount of crimes that he committed, what if he was kind to 1, 2, or 3 women in his lifetime? Does that cancel out all the other atrocities he committed against other women? The answer is no, it doesn't. And it's not logical, and it's not reasonable, and it's not rational to paint Ted Bundy out to be a good person because he did a couple good things every once in a while, a couple kind acts to other women. In the same way, it's not reasonable and it's not logical to do the same thing to cops. Now, I don't have to make a broad brush statement. I just want to ask you, can you be a good person and swear to do bad things as your profession, as part of your job, something that you generate an income for? And remember, the income that goes into these cops' pockets so that they can put food on their family's table and put a roof over their head is generated from a revenue source called taxation, which, if you look at what taxation actually is, it's done at the barrel of a gun, and it's sure looks like extortion to me. So here's the logic trail. And I want to put this in print as I say it so that people can look at this and screenshot it and consider whether this is logical or not. This says, I don't think all cops are bad because of the actions of a few. I know all cops are. I'm not going to say the word because there's this terms of service thing where you can't broad brush a people group or an organization or a profession. So I'm just going to ask you the question, are all cops that right there? Because all cops, as a condition of their employment, swear to enforce all laws. Do they swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic? Check. Yes, they do. But what do we see on body cam and dash cam and private camera video footage time and time again? They're constantly out there doing the opposite of what they swore to do. They've become the very domestic enemies they swore to protect all of us from. What do you call that? What do you call a person who swears to be a protector but actually becomes an aggressor? What do you call that? What do you call that? I'll leave the ball in your court on that. So they swear to enforce all laws, including laws which are unjust, and initiate violence on peaceful people. If you do that as a profession, as the course of your life, what kind of person does that make you? That's just a question. It's the job that they are sworn to do. And they swore. They voluntarily swore to do this. Nobody put their arm around their back. Nobody put a gun to their head and made them do this. They voluntarily took on this job. They took on this position and they made their own oath. It's the job they're sworn to do, pledging to suspend morality and logic in order to unquestioningly impose the will of psychopaths and sociopaths on your fellow man is morally acceptable. So they suspend critical thinking. And instead of becoming the moralists that they should be that make society better, they become a conformist, doing what they're told regardless of what is right. That doesn't mean that they don't every once in a while do these things right here where they're helping people out. That doesn't mean that at all. But people let this cloud their judgment to the point where they go, and you actually have to cement yourself into some measure of cognitive dissonance, where you're holding two diametrically opposed ideas or beliefs at the exact same time. Oh, they're good. They're good, but sometimes they do bad things. They're bad. Sometimes they do good things. I know he violated that person's right, but overall, he's a good person. I know he keeps violating rights every single day that he's on the job. I know as he's sitting behind that billboard with his radar gun out, he's looking to economically terrorize and take more of your wealth from you, as if taxation doesn't do that enough. But he's still a good person. He's in a good profession. He's in a good, wholesome, moral profession. Can you actually sit there and say that if you're a member of law enforcement vowing to uphold all laws, including the unjust, cruel, and downright evil ones, that person is in a profession that is overall good? All cops are ... fill in the blank. But not because of the actions of a few. There are good people and there are cops who are otherwise good people, but there are no question. Are there good cops? Are they good cops? I don't want to make a broad brush statement right here. I want you to come to that conclusion by yourself. And if there are, how is it that good people can promise to do bad things to other people under color of law? You know, there's a code, there's a federal code. It's 18, actually two of them. 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242. 241 is conspiracy against rights and the penalties that follow the violation and the commission of a crime, conspiracy against rights. And there's another one called deprivation of rights under color of law. So they use as justification the law and enforcing the law to initiate violence on you. That's deprivation of rights under color of law. And they use as their justification, well, I swore I would protect, defend, and uphold this. No, it's the law. It's kind of like those two cops that put their hands on that kid because he was riding his bike down the sidewalk. The second cop, the male cop, came up to him and put his hands around the kid's neck. That's the initiation of unjust force, not on somebody who committed a crime and left a real victim, but somebody who broke the policy. So if they're policy enforcers, can they be in a profession that can be considered good? That's just a question. This is a popular video. It's going hyper viral, and people are calling these cops heroes. Would you have called Ted Bundy a hero if he saved a woman from falling onto the tracks of a subway? Would he be called a hero? What he did was heroic, but overall, if you knew everything else about Ted Bundy's life, you wouldn't call Ted Bundy a hero. Nobody's calling Ted Bundy a hero right now. Nobody's calling Jeffrey Dahmer a hero right now. even though they may have done some really good, kind things in their lives to women, children, and puppy dogs, it doesn't overall make them good. So I wanted to do this video because I feel like people's judgments get clouded because they get carried away with emotion when they see cops doing good things. But you let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, I got like 100 different designs like this. Make money real again, and the Fed, and some other things. On the back of my shirt, it says, freedom is dangerous, deal with it, or freedom is dangerous. The only thing more dangerous is not having it. So you can get, you know, whatever. You can put it on a shirt, hoodie, mug, hat, cell phone case, pillowcase, whatever you want. That really helps support the channel. If you get something out of what I'm saying, if you agree with it, if you think it's logical, do me a favor and give it a like and share it with everybody you know. Remember, the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. You have to be vigilant. You cannot go to sleep. You cannot relax because there's somebody out there concocting a plan to take away more of your rights and more of your wealth, and they want to take you and your family down. Freedom is dangerous. The only thing more dangerous is not having it. I will see you guys in the next video.